A lot of hype around Bayern Munich and that extraordinary 8-2 victory over Barcelona. Of course, part of that starting 11, Thiago Alcantara, who according to numerous reports has agreed personal terms with Liverpool. It's all about the fee now between Bayern and Jurgen Klopp's side. Here to discuss it, Stevie Nicol and Stuart Robson. Robbo, we've heard Stevie on this subject quite a few times saying that it's a good signing to kind of give back up to others in the squad. He'd feature more in League Cup, FA Cup games. Do you agree?
I think he's a great player. I think he's an exceptional player. I think he would be a starter. I think he's got a passing range that none of the Liverpool players have got in that central midfield area. He's not quite as good defensively. Whether Jurgen Klopp can get him to close the ball down with greater anxiety or urgency, we'll wait and see. But in terms of his passing, controlling games, think he's better than any of the four midfield players that Liverpool have got at the moment. I think he's an exceptional signing.
Stevie?
I can't disagree with Robbo that he's probably as good a passer. Well, he is a better passer than any of them that play in there. The problem is the way Liverpool play in the middle of the park. It's more to do with closing the ball down, a lot of energy and ability. As far as ability, as I said, I've just agreed with them. But from the other 2 points of view, that closing down and getting that ball back, that would be affected if Alcantara was to actually start for every game.
Robbo?
Well, Thiago is doing it for Bayern Munich at the moment. I won't think it's his major attribute, but if you can do it for Bayern, and Bayern are playing a high-pressing game at the moment, as we've seen in their recent Champions League games that they had in Bundesliga in recent times, he's pressing the ball really well. He's winning it back. He'll also fill in for his centre-halves when they go forward. I think he's doing a good job defensively as well as being good on the ball. It's whether Jurgen Klopp can make him as good a defensive player as he wants him to be.
Robert, you mentioned the fact that he could come in and replace any of the Liverpool fielders at the moment. Who would be number one on that list?
Well, in terms of playing as I think he might just change the system slightly. Rather than playing with three in midfield, he might play with two holders. It might be Fabinho and Thiago. I think the players that would be under a little bit of pressure, the likes of Milner and the likes of Wijnaldum, the likes of Henderson. They're the players that I think will be under pressure for Thiago to come in and replace them.
Stevie, better than Wijnaldum, better than Henderson?
I'm absolutely dumbfounded how, ever since Jordan Henderson's won the Sports Writers Award for being fantastic, everybody's ready to get him out of the team. I don't understand that. I don't see how that happens at all. And I would question if Jurgen Klopp wants to go and change the system, then the only reason I think you would do that is to be thinking, well, you know what, the way we've closed the ball down for the last 18 months in particular, I'm going to kill these guys' legs. So we're going to change it a little so that maybe 60% of the time we'll play at 100 miles an hour instead of 90% of the time. That would be the only thing in my mind that would make Jurgen Klopp change the system. Because who in the right mind does what Liverpool does and then changes it, changes the system, changes the way you play? I don't see that making any sense at all.
Final word on this to you, Robbo.
Well, you do have to evolve as a team. You know, we've seen teams be dominant for a couple of years and then teams get the idea of how you can get in behind them. And I just think he might go with two central midfield players that can get out in behind the fullbacks because he loves to get his fullbacks high up the field. And we've seen how that can cause problems for many teams when your fullbacks are high up the field, you counter-attack. And Thiago and maybe Fabinho or even Henderson could do that job and do it really well.
Well, Thiago will very much still be a Bayern Munich player when they face off on Wednesday in that semi-final against Lyon in the Champions League.